This isn't going to be just an annoying lecture on technical aspects of photography. Have you ever taken what you thought was the perfect shot, only to realize that after you got home and you imported the image, that it was way too dark or way too bright? Trust me, you're not alone. Here's the good news. Your camera already has a built-in tool that can help you avoid all of that frustration. But a lot of people, well, they either ignore it or they don't even know how to use it. Today, I'm breaking down your camera's histogram. I'm going to cover what it is, how to read it, and how to use it for better photos. I'm going to explain it in plain English and give you steps that you can start using today. But before we get into the histogram itself, it's important that you make sure that you're shooting in RAW. RAW files contain the most data and they won't fall apart when it comes to editing. So go make sure that you're on the manual mode and then you can shoot in RAW. So what is a histogram? It's that little graph that shows how bright or dark your image is overall. On the far left, you've got pure black. On the far right, pure white. In between, that's all your midtones, shadows, and highlights. If all your data is piled up on the left, your image is going to be underexposed. If it's all piled up on the right, it's overexposed. And if those bars are pressed hard against the left or the right edge, you're also going to lose a lot of detail. That's called clipping. And once that happens, it'll be very difficult to bring that data back. It makes a world of difference to nail it when you're taking the photo as opposed to trying to fix it in post or after the fact. If you're just starting out, you may be thinking, okay, cool. So where do I find this histogram thingy? You may have hidden the histogram at some stage because you felt like maybe it got in the way or you just didn't understand it. And that was me. If you did hide it, check your camera settings. Activate it. Most times you can find it under the info or menu button depending on your camera. On most cameras, it's as simple as pressing playback and then tapping the info or display button until the histogram appears. If you're shooting mirrorless or using live view on a DSLR, you may see a live histogram before you take the shot. And this is huge because you can make exposure changes on the spot and see the effect instantly. Here's the thing. Looking at that tiny screen on the back of your camera in bright sunlight, well, it's far from reliable. Your eyes can be fooled, but the histogram, it doesn't lie. It gives you a clear, objective look at what your camera is actually capturing. Instead of guessing, you get instant feedback. And that means fewer moments when you import your photos later. A balanced daytime photo should show a histogram that's shaped kind of like a mountain. In the middle, you've got plenty of midtones with gentle slopes into shadows and highlights. And now look at an underexposed image. The histogram leans hard to the left. Some bars touch the edge, and those areas are pure black with no recoverable detail. On the flip side, an overexposed image will pile everything up on the right, and once those highlights clip, they're gone, and pretty much for good. Here's a little bit of a hack and maybe a little bit more of an advanced but super useful technique. It's called exposing to the right. Instead of playing it safe, you slightly overexpose your shot intentionally, just enough to shift the histogram towards the right side without clipping those highlights, because sensors record more information in the brighter areas. Later, in editing software like Lightroom, you can pull the exposure back down and bring those highlights under control. This trick gives you more shadow detail and less noise, especially in low light situations. Oh, and by the way, I did have a number of requests for editing photos in Lightroom. So after this video, I'll be doing a follow-up with Lightroom and kind of bringing all of these things together. If your camera has a live histogram, use it. As you pan from a deep, dark part of the trees to a bright sky, you'll see the graph dance in real time. It's like having a little exposure coach on your screen, letting you fine-tune your settings before you even press the shutter button. Here are a few takeaways for you. Be sure to shoot in RAW. You have to go manual mode, but you will have far more flexibility to recover detail. Check for clipping. Avoid those bars touching the far left or far right unless that's what you're going for from an artistic standpoint. Know your scene. A night cityscape should lean left. A bright, high-key studio will probably lean to the right, and that's okay. It's all about being intentional. Use your tools. Exposure compensation and live histograms aren't just for pros. They're for people like you and me. The histogram isn't some random graph that's meant to be buried in your menu settings. It's a powerful tool that your camera offers. So learn how to read it and practice using it. You'll get better shots and less frustration. But one more important note. There are some shots that you intentionally want to overexpose or underexpose because that's the shot that you were going for. That was the style. And if that's your style, do your thing. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, you should do that right about now, before the end of this video. And be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you will not miss out on any photography tips, gear talk, and practical guides coming your way. And if you want to dive deeper into histograms or another topic that maybe I haven't covered yet, just leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching. Happy shooting, and I'll see you in the next video.